It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you so much for making time for us. We are back in the Betway Premiership, and we've just watched the defending champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, against Kaizer Chiefs out at the Lucas Moripe Stadium in Atteridgeville, and that game ending in a 1-0 in favor of Mamelodi Sundowns. Very important 3 points again for Sundowns, and crowd attendance, amazing crowd attendance. The stadium sold out much earlier in the week. It's a category A kind of a game, so you expect that to happen when these two teams meet. You seldom find any available tickets on game day, or neither do you see any empty seats in the stadium. So yeah, it's a game where we have to applaud the supporters for making time to go to the stadium. And 3 points for Sundowns again. I don't think there is something unexpected there. On paper, I think even those of us who support Kaizer Chiefs, we did not really expect Kaizer Chiefs to pull a rabbit out of the hat and win this particular game. So we kind of had an idea of what's going to the results. It's not a shock. We expected. I think we expected Sundowns to win the game. Most of us expected Sundowns to win the game. But what we did not expect is the win to be this narrow. And the game to go the way it went, because I think on paper you look at Mamelodi Sundowns having won the past 4 or 5 games, scoring more than 3 goals in each game, so you expect them to slice these Kaizer Chiefs to pieces. So that's what I expected, but that's not what happened. Credit still has to be given to Sundowns, because the most important thing at the end of the day, they won the game. That's what happened. They won the game, and it makes it even more and more difficult for Pirates to catch up with them. Pirates are about to start, as I'm recording now, Pirates are about to start their game against, I think they're playing against Magesi. We'll also do a video about that. But the game that we watched today, honestly speaking, let me talk about Kaizer Chiefs first. You know, when Khuluko Tobejane said football can kill you, I think he meant Kaizer Chiefs can kill you, because Chiefs, when there is absolutely no hope for them to perform at a level, at a specific level in a game, they come out and give you unnecessary hope. And just as you start to build up some hope and say, yeah, it looks like we could get something out of this game, they lose. They concede. Because coming into this game, we had absolutely zero hope. I know, and I'm speaking for many other people. I know there are those who may have had hope that we could win, or we could get a result out of this game. But honestly speaking, we came into this game, I didn't expect anything from Kaizer Chiefs. I was just hoping that Sundowns don't really embarrass us. Remember in the previous video, I said it's going to be a bloodbath, having seen Sundowns, what they did to Pirates, what they did to Super Sports, what they did to Arrows, what they did to Galaxy. You know, just scoring goals for fun. I expected Kaizer Chiefs that cannot keep a clean sheet, that concedes goals, conceding goals. I expected Sundowns to put 5 against us. So yeah, so to see these Kaizer Chiefs, especially in the first half, you watch the game in the first half, the first 30 minutes, and you start. At first, you are laid back and thinking, yeah, let the game go on. I mean, we'll just lose as expected. And then it goes to 25 minutes. You start sitting up straight and say, hang on, it looks like we could pull out something out of this game. It goes to 30 minutes and you say, actually, we're in the game. It goes to 40 minutes and say, geez, we could get a result out of this. Just at 40 minutes when you're thinking we could get into this, we could get something out of this game, and Sundowns deal with you. That's what happened. That's what I mean. Like, your heart is, or your emotions are on a roller coaster. You start from the bottom, you go to the top, and you go back to the bottom again, because you had no hope, and then they give you hope, and then they trash you. That's what Kaizer Chiefs has been doing to us in the recent seasons, especially this particular season. Even the game against Orlando Pirates, we saw Pirates going to the Soweto Derby. Pirates were doing so well. Kaizer Chiefs were not doing so well, but game day, it was an almost balanced game. They lost it right at the end through that controversial penalty that a lot of people spoke about. Otherwise, the other thing that I think may have killed Kaizer Chiefs is the fact that we've got some players who play the occasion. I don't know what Shabalala was thinking. I mean, I didn't expect Chiefs to create chances in this game. They created chances even in the first half. That chance, the biggest chance that we created in the first half was that chance by Shabalala. I don't know why you don't even get it on target. At least get the keeper or get one of the defenders to block the ball. You don't. With that space, with that time, you have space and time. and you balloon the ball away from the goalpost. That really pissed me off, because I felt like that was a chance that, especially playing against Sundowns, you're not gonna get a lot of chances like that. That was our biggest chance, and we should have scored from there. Even then, if we had scored, I don't think we would have won the game. I think still Sundowns would have still come for us. I kept on sitting at the edge of my seat looking at this Mamelodi Sundowns, thinking, because for a long time Sundowns had the ball position, yes, and it looked like we are in the game. We were in the game for most of the time. Yes, they will keep the position. That's what Sundowns do anyway. Most of the time, in most of the games that they've played, their ball position is in the high 60s or in the mid 60s, your 64 ball position. But in this particular game, the ball position for Sundowns was at the end of the game was 56, but I think at halftime they were around 59, which was roughly 60-40 kind of. I didn't expect we expect Sundowns to have the ball, yes, but I didn't expect them to be around in the 50s, even though the high 50s. I expected them to have about 60, anything between 60 to 65% of the ball. They still had more passes of the ball. But what really worked for them is the experience and the amazing technique. Just before halftime, the Ribero. I mean, you can only contain Ribero for so much. What I can give credit to Chiefs for is the way they contain Jaden Adams. I'm scared of players like that. But when Teshrick Matthews came in, I think we started to struggle with the pace of Matthews there. You could see that it's a different kind of a player in terms of pace. I was at the edge of my seat for most of the time, thinking and worried that if Sundowns, because for most of the time it was a balanced game, and I kept on thinking this is not Sundowns at their best, because if they decide to switch it up, a game up, or to take it a level up, they're going to show off with these Kaizer Chiefs, and it never happened. And even though we lost the game, I'm still, it's a loss that I'm willing to take. It's a loss that I'm willing to take on any day, especially against a team that scores for fun the way they've been doing this Mamelodi Sundowns. But for Kaizer Chiefs, we don't know where we are right now. We really don't know where we are. Yes, progress here and there, but we're still not getting the results. Not to say today's game we expected results. Like I said, I don't think we expected anything from this particular game. But I'm now really thinking for Orlando Pirates that this is going to be very difficult. But at least today, Pirates got to feel what it is like to be a Kaizer Chiefs fan, because I know they were for momentarily supporting Kaizer Chiefs and hoping that we are going to do them a favor. So at least today you got to see to feel what it's like to support Kaizer Chiefs. You know, one moment you have no hope at all, and then the next moment you have some hope, and then the next moment all your hope is diminished within a second, especially with the brilliance of the likes of Lucas Ribero. I mean, Lucas Ribero, we've spoken about Lucas Ribero for so many times in this platform. I mean, what is it going to take to stop him? Because he's amazing. Right now he's slicing every team to pieces. You can't contain him for the whole 90 minutes. At some point he's going to create a moment of brilliance. What a goal. We have to give credit to Sundowns. That was a beautiful goal. You didn't see, I think if you are Dove, who I was very happy to see in the starting lineup, actually, if you are him, what do you do there? Because at first you are thinking, okay, this is a volley. You think he's going to try to trap it and put it on the ground so that he can set it up to take a shot. But he shoots immediately. Before the ball lands, he shoots it from that particular position, and you don't expect it to happen. And you don't expect it. It went straight, right above Vuma. How difficult. That was a difficult goal to score for Ribero, and he made it. It was a very quick goal in terms of how it was laid down by Reynes and how Ribero. In those 2 seconds, they just created a moment of magic. That's why I'm going to give Mamelodi Sundowns credit for a beautiful goal that they scored. Otherwise, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, obviously I focused too much on the Kaizer Chiefs side, but I was happy to see Dove back in the lineup. I think he's the better of all the players that we have played in the left. He's the better option for us, especially now that Ditlhokwe is gone. We've seen Ditlhokwe also playing that position, but I'm glad to see him, because I've said also before that he has been Kaizer Chiefs' best left back when given the opportunity to play there. I hope to see him there as well, and also create this competition between him and Cross and Mashiane. I think, but if you are to put them in a order of priority, I think I'd put Dove above the other two in the next game. Let him finish off the whole season in that position if he can. If the legs are there, we know he just came back from a long time of not playing, sustaining some injuries along the way and recovering. Otherwise, this has been Fans Corner, a beautiful game between the two teams. I actually enjoyed it, even though it was a narrow game, a narrow win for Sundowns with just one game. We expected more goals, but we didn't get. I'm happy they were not more than one goal, because if there were more goals, I think they would have been scored by Mamelodi Sundowns. But anyway, it doesn't change the fact that they get their 3 points and they march on. They keep on marching on. They are definitely in for that record that I spoke about. They're definitely going to tally more points than they have ever done in a 16 league team. I don't think anyone will be able to stop them. But that's not their biggest priority. We know their biggest priority is going to be CAF, how they do in CAF. But the other thing, I think this was a tough game for Sundowns. For them, it looked to me that I felt like they could switch it up at any time. But the way in which they ended the game and the manner in which I started seeing, Libusa coming in for Rennes, they take out a striker for a defender. I think maybe they recognize that this was a difficult game for them as well. I don't think they expected it to be as hard as it was. That's why you saw even in the celebration time. I don't think they were a threat to lose the game or draw the game at any time though, because it didn't look like Kaizer Chiefs were going to create any threats for them. Because I feel like even if Chiefs had scored, they would still come back to score a winning goal. Unless if Chiefs had scored right in the dying game, in the dying minutes of the game, then it would have been a different ball game altogether. Otherwise, thank you guys for your time. Make sure you watch the next video that we're going to post after the Pirates game. Otherwise, keep on subscribing and liking our videos. This has been Fans Corner. Thank you so much for your time.